Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this week's live of the global energy of the week according to the Esoteric Numerology. We're looking at week 17 of 2021, which is corresponds from April 26th to May the 2nd. So before I start speaking about this week's energy, I want to clarify something that someone I know was asking me about. So this person was asking, how come we can all be affected by the same energy if each of us has a different life, we live in different places, and we're going through different things? And yes, we've spoken briefly about this in the past. This is the global energy as a humanity. This is where we are going as a group. That's the direction of humanity. So it depends of where you live. It depends of what you are going through in your own personal life, in your cycles. That's where when we do a numerology chart, we can understand how this energy can affect you more directly. So if you are in the beginning of your life, you're going through a stage of learning how to move in the world or how to relate to others. So the energy of the week will be corresponding to that stage of your life. If you are in a stage where you're starting to listen to the voice of your soul, then this energy will manifest slightly different, but it's the same flavor, if you understand what I'm saying. So it doesn't look exactly the same for everyone, because it depends on what our personal mission, our purpose, our personal decisions, and so on are. So I'm going to, if you have any questions, please ask. I'm very happy to answer any questions. I'd love to clarify all these doubts. That's very, that's fabulous, because if someone has a question, it's very common that many more people have them. So let's start with the meaning of number 17. So this is the week 17. In esoteric numerology, 17 is the Holy Grail. And what happens to the Holy Grail? The Holy Grail needs to accept to be an instrument of the light. If we look at the esoteric tarot, I sometimes use the tarot cards to compare and understand the energy of that number. This corresponds to the stars. So the 16, which was the mirror or the tower in terms of the card, was asking us to let go of our beliefs, letting go of our personal emotional baggage, leave behind anything that really doesn't correspond, and allow us to be a clear vessel, and so then see life in a more clear way, let's say. So now that's gone. Now we're moving into week 17, and in 17 we become more receptive, and so we wait in a state of, the word is esperance, not hope, because hope you still have doubts. So the ideal is that you now trust what's going on in your life, that you know that you are going to be used by the light, and just listen, so you are moved in the direction that your soul is requesting you to move. So there's trust. There is an aspect of allowing and accepting to be used. There's a phrase that is commonly used, and it's "thy will be done." Yeah. So if you are not really receptive, if you are kind of rejecting or being in resistance, what can happen is totally the opposite. You could be in a lot of fear and self-doubt. So just watch what's going on in your life. See whether you are doubting yourself. And so then that's just sign to say, hold on, I'm not being receptive. I need to trust. I know that I'm loved, and I know that I'll be guided, and I'll be used as an instrument, and whatever I need to do will be given to me. So then 17 plus 5 of the year 2021 gives us 22-4. And 22 is a beautiful number. It's called the Master Builder. We are planting the seed of humanity. So see how last week we were clearing, and then plus the 5 was a 21 where we're manifesting the idea. So perhaps last week you got some ideas and you were, like a download, as some people call it. You're getting a download of, whoa, this is what I need to do. That's what I need to do. This is where I need to move forward. So this week you start moving in that direction. So you're starting to plant the seed of what you want to create. And so you think with the mind of God. So it is very important that this week you connect to your divinity and move from there, not from your mind. So what you create, it comes as a result of your guidance. Okay, so this is a week to move forward. It's a week to follow in the trust. The direction. So you need to be accepting. Acceptance is a good word for this week. So you need to accept to be the conduit of the light, and you need to ground who you are meant to be. So detach from your ideas, the ideas of the mind. You need to detach from those concepts. And sometimes the 22 wants to detach from their emotions. They don't want to feel, they don't want to connect to others. They just want to hang on the wall. But what the 22 needs to do is actually feel what's being given to them, connect to that part. The senses will guide us to move forward. So see how last week we were clearing the emotional body. This week we are using it so we can move forward in the direction of our soul and starting to plant the seeds of who we truly are. Okay, so if we look at the year as a 23, not as a 5, 17 as 23 is 40. So what can happen this week if we are not allowing? We can be in fear and be resisting a lot. 40 needs to detach. 40 needs to learn to detach from their own perceptions, their own ideas of what should be, and allow what's given and create that new structure of their lives according to the mind of God. Okay, so that's the general flavor of the week. Now, so if we look at the week starting on the 26th, 26 will ask us to align. She will probably feel like, oh no, I cannot keep doing this. I'm going to have to move in this direction. This is not good for me. Perhaps I need to do a detox or whatever, It's something that's telling you need to change something. The way you're doing things is not helping you. So you may receive a little bit of information about what needs to be changed in your life. And the 4 is that strength to endure, to keep going, and to take action. So 26 and 4 of the month is 30. So the mind wants to uplift. It wants to move to the next level of consciousness. So it wants to seek for the vision. So see, this day you might understand, okay, this is not helping me, this habit of mine is not being helpful. I need to change this so I can move to the next level. So 30 plus 5 is 35, and in the Esoteric Numerology system, this is called the Inspiring Guide. So then this tells us that you may be receiving a lot of information. The caution here is to not become judgmental. Because when we are in resistance and we're looking at everybody else and how they live and how they behave, and it doesn't go in line to what we think, we tend to judge. We tend to say, look how they're doing this. Look, that's not right. They shouldn't behave this way or that. So they need to watch yourself, because you are not the judge of anyone. You really need to look within, and if anything needs to change within, in your own life, that's what you need to do. But you're not to be telling anyone else what they should be doing, because each person is the master of their own lives. Now, on the 27th, we have the super full moon in Scorpio. And so, full moons are a time to release. So, we've completed a cycle, and we are full now, and we're releasing. So then it's a time to let go. Being in Scorpio is the sign of the underworld. That stuff that is hidden, the things that we don't want to look at. But those are the ones that will help us the most in our process of transformation. So in this time, you've been asked to look at those hidden parts of yourselves that you haven't dared looking in the past, or that you've been too ashamed to look before. But in doing this is that you are going to shine and let go of those things that are really keeping you stuck. So again, the word here is acceptance. Accept that you come with the black and the white and the gray and the green and the red and the yellow, and they are all part of your rainbow, and that is what makes you you, the unique you. So it's a time to accept the not so fantastic things that you do, but they are part of you and who you are, and then transform your whole being. And so the day is the 27th, and the 27, one of the names is the birth of light, the birth of wisdom, and in here we get a little bit of a passion about who we are. So then this is a time to love ourselves just as we are. 27 plus 4 is 31. 4, this is the flag bearer. So this gives us this hint that we need to keep moving forward no matter what. We need to keep moving forward despite the other person not approving of what we think it's best for us, and need the resilience and the strength to do it even if it's on our own. Then 31 plus 5 is 36. 9 and 36 talks about wisdom through experience. So on this day you really realize perhaps the beautiful things about yourself, the gifts you bring into the world, even with the little bits and the little stains that you haven't liked before, but they are all the ones that are bringing all that richness and all those gifts that you need to share with the world. So then the week finishes on the 2nd of May. So we're moving from month 4 to month 5. So we not only moving weeks, we're also moving months. So from the 4 of the resilience and the being able to connect with our intuition and our insight, now we're going to explore a little more, to study and understand all the possibilities. And so being the week finishing on the 2nd, number 2 talks about weighing up all the different possibilities. So perhaps on this day, seeing that this week we are accepting our light, accepting to be the instrument of the light, and then planting the seeds of where we need to move forward, on this day we're weighing up the different options we are given. And so with the 5, as I said before, exploring, understanding, tasting, feeling, sensing, what are these possibilities and what are they going to bring to our lives. 2 plus 5 is 7, and 7, one of the meanings of 7 is trust. Okay, so if we are looking within, if we are following our guidance and our intuition and our insights, this is the result. Trust. If we are rejecting, if we are thinking, if we are just trying to work everything out with our logical mind, this could become fear. So these are the two sides of the coin. Then 7 plus 5 is 12, and we've talked about this before. It relates to the hangman in the tarot cards, where the boy is now hanging from heaven. His leg is attached to spirit, and is seeing the world from that perspective. So this day is helping us to shift, change direction. So we are weighing up our possibilities, we are studying them, we are understanding them, we're feeling them, so we may gain this new understanding, and we're getting that trust, and then continue our journey from that perspective, hanging from spirit, not from our mind. That's really limited and we cannot see anything. So the 17, who is the Holy Grail, has to understand it's nothing. The divine has to be who guides our lives, always. So I hope this has been helpful. So be watching yourself, understand what's happening within you. As I said, the flavor changes for each of us depending on what we're going through internally. But it's kind of the same direction for everyone. So acceptance, letting go of those old habits and beliefs that are not helping us, loving ourselves just as we are, and if you feel you're in fear, judgment, and so on, stop and realize that you are looking with your mind, not with the connection with your divinity inside. So take care this week. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm really happy to answer any questions at all. Send me messages. And also, if you would like your own personal chart being read, so you have a better understanding of what's going on within yourself, then I'm very happy to do that too. So send me a message and we'll talk about it. Have a lovely week.